Hi everyone, Lynn Terry of clicknews.com, and I want to just kind of talk real quick about how to create your digital products quickly and easily, because I think one of the biggest problems with internet marketing or working with your niche, being a blogger, whatever the case, is overcomplicating the process. And I'm guilty of it too, so I totally get it, but just want to give you kind of a super quick outline of how to create a digital product, how to create informational products, etc., super fast. So my advice, if you're going to write an ebook, let's say, for example, if you're going to create a report, create an ebook, just start with an outline and just scratch out, here are all the topics I want to include in this guide. And by the way, don't call it an ebook. Call it what it is. So if it's a guide, if it's a step-by-step process, if it's a practical solution, call it exactly what it is. It's going to increase the value, not to call it an ebook. Anyway, so just start by drafting out, here are the basic topics I'm going to cover. You can title it later, so don't get all hung up on titles, formatting, marketing, what affiliate program you're going to use, what payment processing platform you're going to use, none of that. Because none of that actually matters if you don't complete the product. So start with an outline. Number one. And like I said, just draft out, here are the topics I'm going to cover in this guide. And what happens then is you just kind of edit that outline, you clean it up a little bit, and that becomes your table of contents. Now you have an outline, you have a table of contents, you have a base from which to easily create a product. So next, the thing that you want to do is copy your table of contents, basically the outlines, the points that you outlined, and use each of those as a chapter heading. So now you have you have table of contents, and you have each of those as a chapter heading. And you just draft this out in Evernote or Notepad or Word or whatever it is you use, Pages if you're on a Mac, etc. So what you want to do next, and really you can't sit down, you can sit down and like write an ebook in one sitting, but that's kind of tough to do sometimes. So I like to break it down into these micro tasks. It makes it so much easier. But next, now that you have your chapter titles outlined, next the thing that you want to do is just create a time block and sit down and jot down some points for each chapter. Like, what are the main things that you want to make sure that you cover in that particular chapter or on that specific topic in the overall topic or guide or digital product that you're creating. So you start just kind of making some notes, and this is a rough draft. You just scratch out some notes in each of those chapter spaces, what you want to cover, points you want to make sure you make or whatever, just basically a few sentences for each note or each chapter heading. That's it. At this point, you have a rough draft already. And that's it. So all you have to do now is go back and flesh it out. Now, what I like to do personally is just kind of take one topic or one chapter of this digital product and just go ahead and flesh that out. And as you do that, and as you get them all done, then you have your rough draft of the entire product. And that's how simple and easy it can be. And if you break it down like that, it's more like writing blog posts. So if you take the overall topic of your blog, so my niche blog, for example, at travelinglowcarb.com is all about the low carb lifestyle. So if I'm creating a digital product that's specifically about getting started on the low carb diet, then I will take, and just kind of say, okay, these are the points I want to make sure I cover, what someone would need to know getting started, right? And so that would become my table of contents. And then I would take each of those points and I would flesh them out. Now, the thing is, if you blog, you've probably already blogged about all of those topics. So you can go back and even kind of pull points and copy and paste stuff that you've already created or already written and use that to flesh out your chapters and your rough draft. And if you have a lot of blog content, you can actually repurpose some of those core posts and that pillar content, that pillar information, into chapters for a larger ebook. So that's easy enough to do. And at that point, you have a product. And as all products really need bonuses. Bonuses really help to increase the value, but they can be super simple bonuses. An email consultation is the easiest bonus to include or add. Other things include like a Facebook group for support and Q&A and ongoing discussion of whatever the topic is of your digital product. Templates are always nice depending on what your product is about. So if you can provide a template of some sort those really increase the value of your digital product. Other things that really go well with practically any topic and any niche for a digital product are checklists and worksheets. So making it actionable, giving them something they can print out and go by. So if you have a how-to product, give them a checklist. Here's the steps, check them off. Or if it's a more in-depth kind of tutorial or something, giving them worksheets, giving them a space to kind of work out and implement your advice is really a good idea. So that's it, and of course then you get stumped on, okay, I want to make it pretty, or I want to make it really professional looking, or what have you. And the great thing is there are all kinds of free templates for that. So I included a link to one of my favorite sources that I've been using for some really nice professionally designed ebook templates, magazine templates for different programs, like whether you use Word or Pages or Keynote or what have you. And you a lot of times can get them free and otherwise super cheap. But your job is really to create the content, and whether you just buy a template, and those are very inexpensive, or you can outsource the design. You can give your content over to someone on Fiverr.com even and have them design it into a really nice PDF file for you. But it's easy enough, like I said, to do with the templates. But my advice is start in plain text. I like to use Evernote because it syncs across all my computers and all my devices. So anytime I have a thought like, oh, I want to be sure and, address that or not miss this point in this chapter, or, well, I should add a chapter or what have you, I could just do it on my mobile device in Evernote or what have you and just work in plain text. But it starts with just, drafting out the main points that you want to make, and then turning that into your table of contents, and then taking each of those points, each of those pieces of your table of contents, and they become your chapter headings. And just approach it like that, microtasking it out into small chunks, and then each chapter is just basically like writing a blog post. And before you know it, you have a digital product created. So like I said, one of the main problems is overcomplicating things, and creating products can be what it feels like a very daunting task. But you can break it down like that, and instead of looking at it like, oh, creating a product and all of the stuff that goes along with that, like which payment processor and how am I going to promote it, and what affiliate program setup will I use, and blah, 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 you're getting way ahead of yourself. Because first you have to finish the product, which is the part most people struggle with. So just focus on getting the product done. Just focus on breaking it down, piece by piece, topic by topic, chapter by chapter. Get that rough draft done, flesh it out, pull from some of your blog posts, like I said. And once you have it completed, then you go on to the next step of, what sales page template am I going to use, this, that, and everything else. But none of those steps matter, like I said, if you don't actually finish the product. So focus on finishing the product and make it easy, make it simple. The most important thing you can do is create a product that actually helps people get results. And so it depends on what your topic is, what your niche is, or what topic you want to choose, or what have you. But it's all about results. So the title of your digital product should be results driven. And it should teach somebody something, or help someone achieve something, or basically help them get results of some kind in some way. And if you go at it from that direction, it becomes very easy to come up with ideas for digital products. And if you're looking for ideas for digital products or ideas for content in general, answerthepublic.com. That is one of my favorite resources. You can type in basically any word or any phrase, something relevant to your niche or relevant to your business, and come up with endless topics and questions to create products on, to blog about, to use in your marketing campaigns, etc., etc. So hopefully that gives you some ideas to start with and getting your digital product created and out there. Because before you know it, it's going to be the time of year when people really are looking to get results in a variety of areas of their life, and you should have a product out there on the market that helps them do just that.